Hey guys, what's up? It's McCray Montgomery, and I have another tutorial for you guys today. This one's also on expressions like my first one, but this one's going to be shorter, and it focuses on how expressions are just numbers. And so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be making it look like this text is being written in front of us. It's just written, just being written out. So I'm going to go to new composition, and we're going to call it tut, not ut. Tut. Alright, all those settings look good. We want 10 seconds long. There we go. And I'm going to Control Alt Shift Y and Control Y. The Control Y gives me the black solid, and the Control Alt Shift Y gives me the null object. It's got some funky shortcuts right there. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my preset or my effects browser and grab CC Particle World. Drop that onto the black solid. Let's turn that off, and then I'm going to go to Window. I usually work on two screens, so this usually I just did the default Effects tab. This is the default Effects workspace. So let's drag Motion Sketch out here. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to make a path for something with my cursor. And I'm going to set it at 30 because I'm not very good with my cursor. And I'm going to write out bow so I can go slowly at 30%. Oh wow, that is bad. Oh, we've already messed up. This is oof. Ooh. Well, that O doesn't look too bad. Finish it. Finish strong. Good. And the E. Oh, that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. That's pretty terrible though. That was pretty horrid. Alright, now for the particles. Let's see, what do we have here? Effects, particle world. Let's bring the longevity to 10 so they last the entire length of the composition. Producer radius 0.1. Nope, 0.01. 0.01. And physics, set everything to 0. 0, 0. This extra angle doesn't really matter because they aren't moving. And birth rate, turn that up just to make sure it's solid color. Particle, I want the color to be constant. I want it to be red the whole time. And max opacity is 100. And line, we could do other things, but then they just look weird, like a bunch of cubes out there. Tetrahedrons, whatever that is. I'm not even pretend like I know what that is. And I'm going to go to the opacity map right here. Oh, we want to make sure it's 100% opacity the entire time. Wish I knew what I was doing. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now instead of fading in, they're just going to pop one in. Kinda. Alright. So let's zoom out. And now that we've got this null object with these position values on it, we want this producer or this particle world to have the same position values. But one problem is if I parent it, the layer moves, but the producer doesn't actually move, so it doesn't spread the particles around the screen like we want it to. And so what you normally do, what any sane person would do, is open up the position here and alt click the X position and pick whip it to the X position of the null object. Alt click the Y position, pick whip that to the okay, Y position there. But the problem is for some reason the X position goes to 0.5. So the end of the composition is 0.5, the other end is negative 0.5, and the height comes out for, it goes to like negative 0.28 to 0.28, which is ridiculous, and I don't know why they do that. There's probably some reasoning behind that, but I don't know what that is. So what we want to do, we want to find a way to relate these pixel values from the null object to these weird decimal values of the producer. So what I did was I went into Microsoft Excel and I graphed the I made a graph basically, and I put 3 of the pixel values along the X and 3 of the random decimal values along the Y, or well, they were the corresponding ones, and it gave me a line, and the equation of that line was for the height was 0.0008x minus 0.28 is equal to y. What that means is if I put in a pixel value for x and multiply it by 0.0008 and subtract 0.28, that should give me the corresponding decimal value for the producer. And so that was for the height. So we're going to go to the y, say, and see this right here that we have so far is just a number. What number is it? It's this number, exactly, right there, that number. So we're going to multiply that number by 0.0008 and subtract 0.28. Now this seems kind of hard. It's probably a better way to do this. And so for the other one it was 0.0008. Oh, I got to multiply. Multiply 0.0008 and subtract 0.5. And then it corresponds perfectly to the null object values. Look at that. That's just stunning. Oh wow. You do good work here, McCray. Oh, thanks, McCray. Alright, and the last thing we're going to do to get this to look kind of like the other one. Let's see how far I was. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to go to particle, and if I put the birth color and the death color the same thing, that means the color is going to be constant the whole time. But if I want the color to be constant in one area and constant in another area, but a different color, I have to make the constant color change. So if I change both of them, birth and death, I'll keyframe those there, go to my last position value over here, and set them both to white. There you go. See how they both stay the same, or all the particles stay the exact same color the entire time. It's just the later particles stay a different color the rest of the time. Now that part didn't involve expressions. I thought I'd just show you that because it's kind of cool. But that's basically it. You can multiply, divide, subtract all those numbers if you want. It was really simple. Whenever you see in these tutorials, it's just one way that I found out to do it. There's so many ways to do everything in After Effects because it's such a powerful program. But this is one way I could make a tutorial about it, because I haven't made a tutorial in a while, even though no one's watched my first tutorial, and that'll probably be the same for the second one. But if you do end up watching this somehow, I love you.